Hello YouTube, welcome back. We're doing C6X3 today, power generator. Alright, so what you want to do is get a table of powers. Like if you plug in 10, you should get 10, 100, 1,000, like that, right? If you plug in 2, you should get 2, 4, 6, 8, no, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, like that, okay? So here we go. Where's it go? Where's my mouse? Alright, mouse. Okay, so let's make this the YouTube directory, and in lab 6, so I don't need lab 5 right now, we have a C6X0, which was RPS, and the C6X1, which was, what the heck was it, currency converter, right? Okay, so now what we got to do is get into that folder, and then into lab 6. And then what do we got in here? Right, so mkdir C6X3. CD C6X, X3, so we can use it. Okay. This is C6X7 stuff. We're not looking at that yet. So let's make a new file or a new text editor. All right, so multi-line comment. This is going to be power generator tester. Right. .java. Your name. The date. We did this a while ago, but today is the 16th of January of 2019. All right, might as well save this. Well, my mouse is acting weird. It's slow for some reason. Okay, laggy. Okay, Control C that, then Control S that, then Control V that. Then let's go into the YouTube directory, and then into the Lab 6 directory, and double click the C6X3 directory, and save stuff there. And it never shows up over here right away, so I'm going to do this, and it's there. There it is. Okay. All right. Purpose. Now, the way the question is stated, they want 12 lines of output. So if we know how many times we're going to iterate, this is all about loops. We know how many times to iterate. We're going to go 12 times. That means we need a for loop, right? So we're going to use a for loop to generate a table of powers. Okay. Okay, required files will be this one, the main class, or the tester, the client class, whatever you want to call it. And then this one, which will be the derived class. Okay, then we're going to do a translator phase. Maybe we should indent this a little bit more. Okay. Okay, and it's going to be Java C, the main class, as long as everybody's in the same directory. And we construct power generator objects in that file, in the main class. Whoops. And then we're going to do interpreter phase Java, the class file, the .class file. You have to say that. Okay, now I think we'll do. Let's do args input. How about we're going to input the base. So if 2 is the base, you're going to get 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. All right. So there's no imports. Main class is public class power generator tester pub, and then the main method public static PSVM void main string array args, which you're using for input today. So the first thing we're going to do is going to get that input. How about we capture that in a variable called base, and let's make it an integer. Integer object, or integer class dot parse, it's a static class, parse int args 0, which is a string. We'll convert it to an int. As long as you input it in int, it'll input as a string, but we'll convert it right here. Okay, and then let's create a power generator object. Power generator power generator object called, I don't know, foo equals new power generator. Whoa, I didn't ask for that. Mouse, come on. Power generator object, and let's give it some input. Let's give it base. Alrighty. Then what we're going to do is going to say, all right, let's do a for loop. For, let's see, how about int j? Doesn't have to be I all the time. It doesn't have to be x and y all the time. It can be I and j, k, whatever. Starts at 1, and j is less than or less than 12. Is that going to be right? If you start at 1 and you don't do 12, you're going up to 11. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's only 11 iterations. So be careful with the off by 1 error with for loops, right? It could be 1 too few, 1 too many. This would be 1 too many. We like to start at 0 a lot, right? So if we want to start at 0, we're going to do that. Okay, and don't forget semicolon j++. And what are you going to do 12 times? How about this? System.out.println. Let's see here. All right, print line. What am I going to do? How about foo dot next power? So assuming that we don't have the off by 1 error, this is it for the tester. We're done. Let's write the class. So what do we have to do? A constructor and an accessor, basically. Now, it's really an accessor, and it returns an int, right? But it also is going to be mutating some private instance fields, because think about it. We got to keep track of the base, and we got to keep track of the current power so we can mutate it and then print out some more, right? So, So we have, so it's really a hybrid method. This next power mutates the last power that was printed, so we can keep track of that and change it for the next time. And the base that we're using isn't mutated, but all right, so we have 2 private instance fields. So next power returns an int and mutates power, the current power. Okay, so this is what we call a hybrid method. It mutates and returns something. So it's an accessor and a mutator both. All right, so let's do it. A new text editor. This is going to be power generator itself. Alrighty, so public class power generator. Let's do the wait a minute. Let's save this file. Wow, this mouse is really becoming a pain. Okay, Control C that, Control S. Now let's Control V that. Now let's make sure we're in the YouTube directory and Lab 6 subdirectory and the C6X3 subdirectory. And it showed up there, so we're good. Okay. So, all right, let's start with the constructor. Public or not? Well, it's used by a client class, or the main class in this case. Void or not? Neither. It's power generator, the name of the class. Okay, now we're inputting in the base. So how about int factor, or you can call it base, I guess. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to say this dot factor equals factor. No, that's the base. We're factors of 2, right? Okay, and then how about we start power at 1? Right now, notice this is going to be a product loop structure. We're going to be multiplying by the base, or the factor, by the factor. So you can't initialize at 0. That's like a summation loop. You have to initialize at 1 for a product loop. All right, there you go. And so what are the private instance fields? Well, let's see. Private or not? Private. Void or not? Int. Factor. Okay. And then private or public or not? Private. We're doing power. Void or not? Int. Power. Okay. And whoops. And there you go. Okay, so that's the constructor. Those are the private instance fields. Let's do this hybrid method that we talked about. Next power, public or not, gotta be public, used by client class. Void or not, you would think it's void because it's a mutator, but it's also returning the next power to print out. That's where we're print lining, right? So it's both. So next power, and all we're going to do is take the current power and change it. How about a times equals factor? You know, power equals power times factor. And then we return power. That's it. And of course, the base or factor is not going to be mutated. Done. All right, let's test it. All right, so Java C, PowerGenerator tester.java. Any syntax errors? Of course, what I do. Integer is the spelling only in Brooklyn. Oh, I always tell the kids that, and I don't know why the heck I did that. Integer class is the name of the class. Thank you very much. Java.lang.integer. So try that again. Okay, good. And let's run it. Now, if we want a base of 10, so we get 10, 100, 1,000, right? I'm going to put 10 here. So do I have 12 outputs? Let's see. All this stuff going on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, but why does this happen? Because we went beyond max int, which was 2 billion something. For the next one, this is going to be 100 billion, I guess. So how do we fix that? Well, why don't we make this long so that, remember, int's max, the max int has to do with the fact that we're storing 4 bytes of data for each int, in other words, 32 bits. But if we use long, we can do 64 bits and get up to, what was it, 8 quintillion, some such? Or 4 quintillion? I forget what the max int is, something quintillion. So this should help us a little bit. Save that. Now wait, wherever we do power, we're returning a long, right? Okay. All right, so long is like int, but you have 64 bits to represent each integer instead of just 32. So you can represent larger numbers more exactly, right? So let's try that. Java C it, Java it, and there you go. So 10 to the 1, to the 2, to the 3, to the 4, to the 5, to the 6, to the 7, to the 8, to the 9, to the 10, to the 11, to the 12th. So there should be 12 zeros. There are. So this is the units period, the thousands period, the millions period, the billions period. So this is 1 trillion is 10 to the 12th. But that's not exactly the output that they wanted. They wanted to start with 1. And they ended up with 100 billion. So we had to fudge it a little bit. Because we can't get the 1 by multiplying. We get the 1 from math.pow, base, comma, 0. I guess you could do that. But we can't do that inside the class. So how about we do 1 print line before we start the loop. Okay, and we're going to say system.out the print line. I just feel like typing that. How about math.pow, whatever the base is, here it's called base, not factor. Base to the 0, that should be 1 no matter what. I could just print out 1, right? All right, so if I save that and Java C that, let's see what happens. What do I do? Oh, I forgot to close the print line. I have parentheses, open, close for pow, but not for print line. Whoopsie. There you go. And you get the 1.0, that's all right. But so 10 to the 0, to the 1, to the 2, to the 3, to the 4, to the 5, to the 6, to the 7, to the 8, to the 9, to the 10, to the 11, to the 12. Now we've got 13 outputs. How are we going to fix that? Well, then we're going to be off by another 1. Let's see. How about 11 here or 1 here? Either way. How about 11 here? So the last power is to the 9th, not to the sorry, to the 10th, not to the 11th, which is what it was before. Okay, so save that. And then if you want this to look like an int, how about we cast it to an int? Oh, you can't do that, can you? You can do math.floor this, I think. All right, save that. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's okay. And so now do we have 12 outputs, starting with 10 to the 0, ending with 10 to the 11. There's 11 zeros here, so 100 billion, not a trillion, good. So 10 to the 0, to the 1, to the 2, to the 3, to the 4, to the 5, to the 6, to the 7, to the 8, to the 9, to the 10 to the 11, right? And now you can do it for powers of 2, powers of 3, powers of 4, powers of 5, powers of 6, all the way from 6 to the 0 to the 6 to the 11th is 12 outputs, right? Powers of 7, powers of 8, powers of 9, powers of 10 is what they asked us to do, but we could do whatever we want with this input, right? Powers of 11, and so forth. And look at powers of 11 look almost like Pascal's triangle up to here anyway. Okay, anyway, so that's it. All right, thank you. I hope that was helpful. Don't forget to do, now what? We did C6X0, 1, and 3. You should be done with 4 and 6. Don't do 8 until we do 7. Okay? All right, so let's say bye-bye now. I hope that was helpful. See ya, YouTube.